Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We have a Banks beer, and it's one of my favourite series, Cake Eater. So Cake Eater is a double dry hopped oat cream double IPA. And what it is, it's the same base all the time. It's always around the 8% mark, but they change up they have two different hops or sometimes three. This time round, they've gone with KRUSH and TALUS. And TALUS is one of my favourite hops, so pretty excited for this one. Plus, I love the colour green. So, yeah, first beer for today. It's New Year's Eve here. It's only 10 a.m. though, so if I want to sort of roll on to the night, I better take it easy. Probably won't happen though. So, yeah, let's get into it. And cheers to everyone who's in the chat already. We've got the Norwegian boys. Good to see you. I did a Norwegian beer yesterday, boys, and I was hoping you would be here. It was that Mala Bobo Mega Bear Imperial Stout. It was bourbon barrel aged with vanilla. Absolutely banging. Yeah, possibly. Good to see you, boys. Cheers, Adam. How are you, brother? The thrilling suspense. Yeah, I'm always like a couple of minutes late. Normally I'm good with tardiness and that in real life, but I don't know, on here you always get sort of held up like cleaning a glass or something to do with the dogs or like I think just because it's live. Yeah. Yeah, shit day leads for some good ales. But yeah, let's get into it. I do have a Cake Eater proper glassware, but it's like really busy and it's hard to sort of see the beer inside it. Plus, it was a bit dirty. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just go the regular Banks one." I go. Cheers, Paul. Good to see you, brother. We might be able to share a beer today. I thought you might have been around yesterday. I did a live, but I didn't see you. So let's go. Hopefully, everyone's having some good time during Christmas, even if you have to work or you don't celebrate it. Like, hopefully everyone's hanging out with their peeps and drinking some good beers. So yeah, this beer is always very, very solid. As I said, one of my favourite series. I mean, I've gone off hazy beers big time lately, but this is still one that I like, enjoy, and appreciate. Cheers, Disco. Good live before, brother. You're probably still going, I'm not sure, but yeah, good to see you again. So it's like I would say like a dull orange, but still sort of like vibrant. It's probably about a 2-finger head, 2 to 3. Body, I would say medium, probably high-end medium. And carbonation's probably, I would say medium as well. Here comes one of the dogs in behind me. Hopefully he settles down. They were real annoying yesterday. I had to pause the live a few times. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Now the other one's doing my head in. Up you get, quick. Anyway, so let's go with. What's everyone's plans for New Year's? New Year's for me, it's pretty much just another day. It's just good that you get a day off here. Oh, yes. I love Talus so much, and I'm smelling the exact smells I wanted to smell. I'm not sure about KRUSH. I don't know too much about it. I've got a feeling with KRUSH it might be one of those hops that's like quite berry forward. Anyone in the chat, let us know what you get from KRUSH. But yeah, with Talus, I normally get I'll get pine and like sort of that evergreen, like foresty, woodsy sort of thing. But then I also get like this like pink grapefruit, even like a blood orangey sort of thing, like citrusy. I just love it. Like yeah, it's right down my alley. And you sometimes get a bit of coconut from it as well. God, this smells good. So I'm getting that pink grapefruit, almost like a cherry berry sort of mix. Maybe a touch of like pineapple. But yeah, you're getting pine as well. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's more sort of citrus and like green. And with this beer too, I feel like it's one of those beers that's best drank at like about 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes you'll drink it fresh and it's like it just needs that time to sit for a bit. Cheers, brother. As I was saying, I drank a Norwegian beer yesterday and really enjoyed it and was hoping you guys were around. You'll have to go back and watch the video. Let us know what your thoughts are. Yeah, so that's all. All I want to do is just share beers with people on here. Like I'd be happy, as I said to Craig, I'd be happy to do my own stream for like an early Australian New Year's and then roll over to the UK and then the US. I don't go back to work till I go back to work on the 2nd, but I don't start till 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, it was Marwa Bobo or Marwa Bobo Mega Bear. It was called Golden Tears, and it was a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with Ugandan vanilla bean. It was so good. It had that like oily feel. It was roasty, like roasty, especially on the nose. And then the barrel character and the vanilla just come in and like really balanced it out. And it had like some dark fruit as well, like molasses. Yeah, it's unreal. Yeah, yeah. I've read something about how their mead is really hyped, and they still do beers of different styles or something. But yeah, they're probably, yeah, as you said, brewed somewhere else. There you go, Disco Brewing. Disco, there's a Disco Brewing. We've got a disco in the chat, and he tries to get all the beers with disco in the name. Now we've got a brewery. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, back to the beer. You might be getting a touch of lime on this as well. I know Talus is like northeast. No, sorry, northwest American. I can't remember with KRUSH if it's. I got a feeling KRUSH is American as well. It's definitely one of the newer hops. But yeah, anyway, I'm going in. I'm thirsty. Cheers, boys. So very smooth and creamy. Initially sweet, but the sweetness sort of fades and you get some bitterness come in. Sometimes with Banks beers, they've got like a bit of a chalky mouthfeel, but it's sort of a good thing. This one doesn't have that. I think it's more with their just standalone IPAs that aren't like your oat cream and because oat cream you've obviously got other stuff added to the brew like your oats, your flaked wheat, your lactose, whatever else. Yeah, I get like a real berry touch to it. It's definitely complex. There's plenty going on. I feel like there's maybe some guava or papaya or something like that. Very easy drinking for 8%. But yeah, I love that pink grapefruit flavour. And yeah, you're getting like the pine isn't as sort of prominent as what I'd hoped. It's just there sort of on the finish. You get this like piney, woodsy, sort of foresty thing going on. And thankfully, I've already taken a photo of this one, so I can just finish the can. But yeah, love this glassware. This will be one of those glasses, if I ever break it, I'll be shattered. It's real annoying though when you have like a favorite item and you're like, you break it or you misplace it and you know that you're never going to be able to get it again. But yeah, I'm terrible with glassware. Like whenever I go to breweries and I'll see one I like, I'm like, yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I said it, disco. I was like, literally. You're getting like a sort of like a floral touch to it as well. Like I feel like this would be absolutely loaded, like it with the hops. Like the ratio would be insane. But yeah, I'm so glad they used Talus. They had a thing too when they did the promos for it. You had to guess what the two hops were in this latest one, and the winner got like a might have been like a case of this beer. And yes, so many people were like way off the money. They were trying to give it like give as many like clues away as possible because it just got to a stage where no one could guess it. I actually said Talus first just because it's my favourite hop, but there's no way I would have said KRUSH and Talus together. Oh yes, see that sounds heaps like what I had. Is it bourbon barrel aged? The one I had was bourbon barrel aged. It was a blended. It was Heaven Hill. I think it was Heaven Hill Wild Turkey and something else. It was three different ones anyway. Pardon me. Yeah. I wanted to buy a bottle of their meat, but here in Australia it was like way too expensive. Like I'm still considering doing it as a treat. Just get one and maybe like cellar it. It'd be the sort of thing like it'd be good if I could go halves with someone in a bottle. Maybe that's when if Adam's still in the chat, Mersey beers. Maybe me and him could go halves in a bottle if they still have it here. because he's coming to Australia in a few months' time. Yeah, their mead's like, yeah, highly sought after. Cheers, Thomas. Good to see you, brother. Having a quiet New Year's, mate. It's just another day, really. Just an excuse to get smashed. Cheers, Shark. What's on for your New Year's, mate? I seen a really cool Dodgers hat the other day, and it like glows in the dark. Made me think of you because I remembered you're a Dodgers fan. I've been like, yeah, there's heaps of stock take sales here with like some of our, yeah, like our clothing stores and all that shit. And because I buy heaps of caps and stuff, yeah, I've just been looking at heaps of them. And yeah, when I seen that glow in the dark one, I'm like, that's unreal. Oh, damn. It'll still be unreal, but the barrel character I had on that one yesterday was phenomenal. I think the average score on Untapped for the beer I had was pretty good, but I gave it a very good score. I've had a lot of elite level stouts, and that was like right up there for me. I paid good money for it, but once I drank it, I was like, it was worth every penny. Happy Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, that's pretty much, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was up there. I think most of the bottles I seen were about 120. That's why I was like, I mean, I pay some silly money for beers sometimes, like I treat myself, but yeah, I knew it was going to be good, but I just couldn't justify paying that much for one mead. Especially like because I just spent shitloads on grog this like last few weeks as well. Yeah. I know there's been some glow in the dark like spirit like premix drinks and stuff, but yeah, not sure about a beer. I'm sure someone's done something. I had a beer once that was glitter. It was like all glittery. It was a tribute to David Bowie. It was called like Stardust. And yeah, it had glitter in it. It was phenomenal. Everyone was just going crazy for it because you can only get it on like taps in certain pubs. And I remember I travelled all the way to Melbourne just to try it, like try and get a hold of it. And I went to about 5 venues, all in different parts of Melbourne. And I was just like, "Fuck's sake!" And I finally got to try it. And yeah, like I don't know, like it didn't taste any different. Like the glitter stuff's like edible, and but it just looked phenomenal. Like just the photo was so cool. Cheers, Geordie. You still live, mate, or finished her up? No doubt you'll start another one and then another one and then another one. Cheers, brother. How is that Browns hat? That logo, that like mascot on it, dude, is that like an old mascot or is that just some like random made up one? When I seen it, I was just like, it's so different. I was, I seen it, I'm like, I've got to send that to Joey. But yeah, you're right about the white colour. Like that, yeah, if you wore that at a tailgate, it would be ruined. Yeah, well, it's already New Year's Eve here, boys. So it's like I'm on two really big beers to start the day, and it's only the morning. It's like I won't even last to bloody tonight. I'll probably like have a few early today, then like just chill and cook some lunch and yeah, just maybe hang with the dogs outside or something, even have a nap and then get back into it again. Not really sure what I'll do. If I get on the light beers and just pace myself, I can go all right, but I just start getting real sleepy if I try to go for too long. Yeah. Cheers, Angie, the old cake eater. It's such a cool name for a beer series. That's awesome. Cool name too. It'd be like turtle ooze. Yeah, in all honesty, like I've ever since I've had time off work, like the last few days, I've drank every day, but I haven't drank as much as I sort of thought I would. Like I've never got to that level where I was actually one day I was pretty drunk, but I reckon every other day I was like pretty chilled. The day when I like did that real long bloody live stream and a few reviews and that, I was fairly drunk on that, but I was more tired than drunk. Cheers, Keith. Good to see you, brother. I'm assuming you'd be doing something exciting for New Year's. You're always up for a party. What are you going to do? Another stream? Yeah, let's pour some more, shall we? Plenty of good people about today. It's good. This is what it's about when you go live. Is all the banter in the chat and talking shit while you're sipping on a fine beverage. And yeah, there's a few people I've noticed that don't have mods. I'll have to update that. Such a like bright, like yeah, real punchy like aroma. Cheers, Keith. Yeah, fuck that last day I had at work. Better get better than that. Yep. Where'd you go away? We're far from home. I've got to plan some holidays this year. It's sort of like just with the dogs, like with Angus being as old as he is now and always worrying about him. It's almost like I'm sort of waiting for him to pass before I plan any holidays because I just feel like he's very close. And I hate talking about him like this, especially when he's sitting here behind me. So yeah, I had another beer review scheduled for 3 minutes away, but I'm just going to keep going with this one, and when I'm done, I'll just start the new one. No point rushing. There's plenty of interaction going on. That's what I want. I'm almost getting a touch of dankness now that it's warmed. But yeah, great beer, great brewery. I didn't really talk much of the brewery for those that don't know them, or especially the Norwegian boys. So yeah, Banks Brewing, they're my favourite brewery from my state, Victoria, which is down the south, like east corner of Australia. And they're in the southeast suburbs of Melbourne. They're sort of a fair way out of the city. But yeah, they're phenomenal. And they're good at a heap of different styles. Started by a husband and wife like quite a few years ago. Yeah, and they got like a brewery dog called Banks. That's where the name come from, and he's named after one of the characters in the Mighty Ducks movies. So yeah, they've got some like Mighty Ducks references and ice hockey and stuff. But yeah, good people. Um, yeah, when you go to the brewery, they've always got good music playing and like good food, like pizzas and stuff. It's the sort of place I absolutely love. I love the people. I love the vibe there, but it's just so far from where I live. Like it's in the same state as I'm in, but it's such a pain to get to. If it was on this side of Melbourne, it'd be a lot easier. Hey, that's what I'm going next, Shark. So this is my next review here. It's called Totally Baked, and it's a so speculoos is Biscoff. Biscoff is I think Biscoff's like Belgian or something. That's what they call it there. But it's yeah, triple red ale, like Biscoff sort of inspired. I won't go into too much detail until I review it, but I think I had it last year and it was very, very good. But yeah, 11%. So I could possibly be off my rocker after two beers. Oh, yeah, cool. So yeah, hanging out with family. Named after the movie, dude. So yeah, as a kid, he would have been a big Mighty Ducks fan. I was the same when I was a kid. I loved the Mighty Ducks movies, and then that sort of inspired the NHL team. Speaking of, I wouldn't mind getting a cool Mighty Ducks hat. I used to have one when I was like teenager. I think about all the awesome hats I had when I was younger, or even like hooded jumpers or t-shirts or whatever. And then it's like they just disappear. It's like, where did they go? I know I had like one of my favorite hooded jumpers I ever had was this white Rip Curl jumper. Rip Curl's like an Australian surf brand. And it was like just, yeah, white all on the back and the sleeves. But on the front, it had a really sick, like Rip Curl logo, and it was all like tropical colors. And it was my favorite hoodie by a mile. And I reckon what my girlfriend at the time was obsessed with it. And I reckon when we broke up, she's like kept it because I've just never seen it since. Like stuff like that. It's like, but in saying that, I was like very trim and fit and playing football in those days. So it's not like it would fit me now. I've still got my original wetsuit from when I was a teenager, like Rip Curl wetsuit, still in like primo condition, just hanging up in my wardrobe. And you just look at it and like it's funny to think like when you're a kid, you just look at stuff like that and go, geez, I was small. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I had a really good Mighty Ducks hat. It was like black with the duck on the front and then the NHL logo on the side. It was like I remember at the time it was when I bought it, I think it was $25, and that was really expensive at the time. Now hats are like $60, some of them. But yeah, I better give this beer a rating. So as I said, I don't know a whole lot about KRUSH. All I know is that it's a relatively new hop, and yeah, I can't really remember, but I've got a feeling it might have been like citrus, berry, maybe some tropical fruit. Not too sure, but yeah, I know TALUS very well. It's like my favorite hop, so I'm definitely getting a lot of TALUS characteristics. So maybe KRUSH might be fairly similar. But I did say that I got sort of like a berry note on this and a little bit of tropical. Um, here we go. Yeah, 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 stuff like that. It's funny to think that you were in Melbourne, like backpacking, when I was like, that would have been my yeah, that would have been my what do you call it when you finish school and you you have a year off before you study? I can't remember the name for it. Gap year. 2001 would have been my gap year. So yeah, I always worked from when I was like 15. I always had a job and I kept working while I was at school. Then I had a gap year of just working and then went to uni. But yeah, uni wasn't really for me, or what I did there wasn't anyway. I remember going to Fiji at that time as well. Does it say the characteristics of it, dude? I just want to know like what the main features of it are. Yeah. But yeah, just on the base, you're getting like white bread, maybe slightly sort of crackery, biscuity. It's got like a very smooth and creamy mouthfeel. I'd still say medium body, high end medium. Um, yeah, as I said, mainly citrus, touch of pine, like that sort of forest note. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, as I said, I sort of felt like I was getting like maybe some pineapple, like guava or papaya or something like that. It's yeah, when you start getting like with the citrus, like with Talus, I get a lot of sort of pink grapefruit, and that note's really strong. And then it's like all the other fruits around it, like it's sort of hard to determine what you're actually getting. Yeah, mix of tropical fruit. Does it say anything about berry? I might be thinking of a different hop. I might be thinking of one of the New Zealand ones. But yeah, some Angus just reared his head. Um, yeah, sometimes with Talus, I'll get sort of like a cherry sort of thing. But yeah, a score for this, I'm going to say a 4.6 out of 5. It's very good. Um, if I could sort of improve it, it would have just been. I mean, I love Talus. I would have went Talus with a different hop just to mix it up. It would have been good if Talus had more of the pine character. I mean, some people don't like that though, but just preference. And maybe a bit more body to it. I mean, it's still pretty good, but yeah, sometimes when they're just that more fuller in body, like it, yeah, would have elevated the score slightly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, as I said, I sort of got like like a cherry, like mixed berry sort of thing. But yeah, so yeah, what did I say? 4.6 out of 5. Good score. Great series. They normally release like a couple a year. So it sort of works out. I think they brew one every couple of months, and they've been doing it for a few years. So all up, there's probably about maybe 15 different variants out there, and they keep sort of like, yeah, finger on the pulse, being innovative with the new hops. Every now and then they'll throw in some older ones, but yeah, looking forward to whatever's next. See, I think the one before this was like Simcoe and something else. It was two older hops, so it's pretty cool. They definitely mix it up. Cheers, Joe. Good to see you, brother. I'm just about to wrap this one up, but I've got a big red ale that's inspired by Biscoff and Biscuit. I had it scheduled for 10 minutes ago, so I'm gonna jump off this and start the new one straight away. So everyone can come join me on that if they like. If not, we'll see us around again sometime. But yeah, I'm out. I'll see us again shortly. Cheers.